everyone, it is Kate from the Fod Line. I am back. Happy New Year. I hope you all had fantastic Christmases, feeling a bit rested, not too frazzled after all those mince pies and food. And yeah, I know a lot of people are feeling very happy to sort of be back to real life this week and getting sort of back on with everything. I'm not sure I'm quite there yet. I think I probably could have done with another week of just watching TV. In fact, I did actually text Rachel this week and say, is there a job that I can do where I just watch TV box sets? Apparently there isn't, so yeah, that's a bit of a shame. Anyone know a job where I can just watch TV box sets? I think that's where my skills lie at the moment. Yeah, I think this year, I don't know about anyone else, I haven't felt like poo-poo about getting back into everything. I have definitely found this first week back a little bit of a struggle, being a bit distracted, basically just wanting to go back to my box sets. Yeah, so Rachel and I were talking about what would be useful and like thinking about what we were going to make this year, and we ended up having like a long conversation. And I thought I'd do a kind of video with some, like I've picked sort of 5 really fantastic patterns to sort of get you back into sewing. I picked 5 kind of very simple patterns, ones that wouldn't take you too long, and we also wrote a blog post about thinking about what your plans for making are in 2019. So I know a lot of people who are on Instagram have probably started doing the 2019 Make 9, which is an online, I guess, like, I'm not sure what it is, like an online thing that people are doing where they pick 9 patterns that they would like to make throughout the year, which I think is a realistic kind of amount to achieve. That's less than 1 a month. And yeah, it's just quite interesting. You kind of make the promise at the start of the year, and then at the end of the year, I know I saw a lot of people looking back at their Make 9 for 2017, 18 and seeing what they'd actually got done. But it's a very nice way to think about 9 patterns that you want to make and thinking about whether they go well together. So yeah, I thought I picked 5 really nice kind of, I guess they're quite cult patterns, but if you're feeling a little unsure about where to go and what to make first, I thought one of these would definitely probably float your boat because they're ones that lots of people have made. In my blog post, I'm also going to put a couple of other really fun things that have started online. One of my absolute favourites is the hashtag Dress Like a Crayon, which is started by What Katie Sews. I'll put a bit more information about it, but you just use the hashtag on Instagram when you're dressed like a crayon. And if we were doing me today, I would definitely be multicoloured. I'm afraid I did not make what I'm wearing today. This is from Zara, and yeah, sometimes it's just a ready to wear day, and today was one of those days. So I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to talk you through these 5 patterns, and yeah, right, stop waffling, start doing some stuff. I think that probably should be my mantra for this week. So the first pattern I'm going to talk to you about is one of my absolute favourites. I have made 5 or 6 of these. I live in them. If you haven't made this pattern yet, where have you been? You need to make it. It is the Lintons Sweatshirt from Grey 9 Studio. Cult pattern within our little community. So this comes in sizes 4 to 22. It's available on our online shop, and it's an absolute cracker. So features of the pattern are, it's got raglan sleeves, and it's got cuffing around the cuff, and it also has a band around the bottom, so kind of round at the hem of the top. So I'm finding all my sewing phrases are not coming back to me. I'm having to think about what I'm saying. The nice thing about this is that you can either use the same fabric for your shell as your cuffings and finishings around the neckline, or you can use a ribbing, which I really like to do because it adds a little, I think it makes it look kind of more professional, not professional, but it just gives it a nicer finish, I think. So ribbings, if you need some ribbings, a couple of places that do really good ones are Fabrics Galore, Ray Stitch do really good ribbings. If you're looking for like a novelty fun one, Sew Me Sunshine does some really good ones as well, so that's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, the pattern's got raglan sleeves, which mean they're really, really simple to insert. And honestly, I think these take me under an hour to do, including the cutting out now. So they are really nice, satisfying make. If you want to do something in an afternoon, this is definitely a pattern that you can make in that time. So next up on my list of cult patterns is the ever present Ogden Cami. Again, if you haven't made one yet, why not? You need to make one. It's such a fantastic pattern. I've made it, Rachel's made it, we love it. So, lovely thing about this, it's very few pattern pieces. It has a really nice finish because it's got this inbuilt facing that goes round the inside of it. I realise I've just charged on. Ogden Cami, true bias, sizes 2 to 18, and is available on our online shop. I'm sorry, I'm going to get better at this with each one I do. So it's absolute cracker. I have to say, I made one and I've worn it quite a lot. I know a lot of you are probably looking at it thinking, yeah, I mean, this is great for summer, but it's winter at the moment. I use them as a layering piece. I actually wore one with a polo neck underneath over Christmas, and that looked really nice as well. So it's definitely worth making, and honestly, once you've got the kind of shape perfect for you, you've got a kind of core item that you will never go out of fashion, and you can always whip up in another colour for a night out. So yeah, I'd highly recommend. Cleo Pinafore and Dungaree Dress is my next pattern by Tilly and the Buttons, sizes 6 to 20, and it's available on the online shop. I remembered to do all my stuff. I picked this because, again, you can make this in an afternoon. It's actually it's a really quick, but it's a really satisfying make because it feels a little bit more involved. You've got top stitching on there if you want to do it. You've got patch pockets you can put on as well if you'd like to. So there's kind of little bits that you can sort of change up and make your own. The pattern comes in 2 lengths, so you can either go for the shorter kind of very standard dungaree dress, or you can go for a slightly longer version that has a slit up the front and little patch pockets. It's finished with a facing that kind of goes all around the top and down, which means it'll look lovely and professional, and you could also put a really fun different colour print on the inside to kind of make it look very much your own. I've made this, I love it. I just think it'd be a really nice one to make. It's perfect if you're a beginner as well and want to make a dress. It will look great with your Lintons Sweatshirt underneath. I mean, it's a winner basically. So you're all going to have to go make it if you haven't made it yet. Next up, we have got I shoehorn this one in because this is, I think, my favourite. Oh, it's a big thing. I think it's my favourite pattern I've ever made. It's the Helmi Tunic dress and trench from Named Clothing. It comes in sizes 4 to 22 and it is available on the online shop. I blooming love this pattern. So if you haven't made a blouse before or shirt, this is a really good place to start because it's really simple. It's got darts at the bust, it's got a kind of concealed placket down the front that is caught into a waist seam, which means the finish on it is really nice and quite easy. It's got a little grandad collar, which again is a lot easier to put on. There are no cuffs. Honestly, you can whip this up in no time at all. My top tip for this is, I'm showing you the dress version, is to shorten this and make it into a blouse. I have worn my blouse, it's a leopard print number, and I've worn it so many times. I live in it, and I'm definitely going to make, I think I'm going to make a couple more this year in different colours because it's been the thing that I have worn the most out of anything I've ever made, and it's always, yeah, I just think it's fantastic shape. It's fantastic first kind of blouse pattern. It's a winner. Yeah, it's a winner. So go and make it because you won't regret it. Right, last but definitely not least is the Fen Dress and Top from Fancy Tiger Crafts. This comes in sizes 4 to 24 and this is on our online shop. I put this one in because I thought I didn't have a kind of proper dress, and everyone loves a dress. Again, a few of us who are in colder climates might look at this and think, yeah, this is nice, but it's a summer dress. No. I have made this in a brushed cotton. I extended the sleeves literally by just drawing a straight line on the pattern, and I have lived in it. Basically because it feels like secret pyjamas. It's so cozy and nice. Yeah, it's a really lovely shape. So the pattern has a kind of very kind of blocky sort of top. I can't remember. Yeah. Oh no, there are. Yeah, so there are under bust darts, which are quite interesting. There's some ruching, or gathering around the waist. It's got pockets. And yeah, it's just quite a simple shape, but I really like it. And it feels really nice on, so I would definitely like recommend doing this. Now I am looking at the line drawing, there is actually a longer sleeved version, which I obviously just didn't get or created my own pattern piece. So if you'd like a long sleeve version, there is actually one with the pattern. I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, it's a really fantastic pattern. I think you won't be disappointed if you make it. The other thing I really like is the neckline on it. It's got this slightly, I mean, it's very basic, well, it's a very simple neckline, but the scoop on it is really nice on, so it actually shows a bit of the top of your chest, but not too much. Yeah, it's really kind of nicely cut, all the details. It's simple, but all the details on it are really nice, and yeah, I'd highly recommend. So that is it for my 5 patterns. I hope you enjoyed that, and go and have a read of the blog post. And for those of us who are lagging into 2019, fear not, we'll all get there. I feel some people kind of start 2019 charging, and I'm definitely like walking at a very gentle pace into 2019. But anyway, we'll be back with lots more fun, exciting stuff coming up. So yeah, see you on the next time.